So I just picked up something from the mailroom. What I am actually opening up right now is WoW's newest, like exploring the world of Azeroth book. I'm not really looking to like learn more about WoW, like I'm so kind of over it. But the only reason that I got this book was because Celestra, we're going along with her in this journey, and I was like, that's my wife. Of course I have to. Oh my god, it's actually really pretty. Okay. Look at this. I feel like it's smaller than the Chronicles. Oh my god, it's stunning. Okay, let's see if my nails. Haha. Look how pretty this is. I am obsessed with how it looks. Stormsong Valley, BFA. Oh. Excuse me, Lord Lamar. There's a there's a handwritten letter from Delisra. Is this Bane and Mela? Mela? It's Bane and Mela. Oh. More handwritten letters. Oh, just that makes me happy. All right. We are going to be crafty again, okay? I'm going to be real honest, I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but my goal today is to just turn this one random jacket that I have into a Jujutsu Kaisen style jacket. I bought this pin and I like it for just like quick, I don't know, like on the go, but I also bought actual buttons. Yes, I am that obsessed, okay? So the thing is that I want to make my own little jacket, and I was thinking of thrifting, and then today I just randomly remembered I have this one jacket in my closet that I can probably use because I don't really use it for like work or anything. So let me show you. This is the jacket that I am thinking on upgrading. It's the tiniest bit small on me, which is why I wasn't using it. It has also, because it kind of reflects green, and I mean, I don't like the fact that it reflects green, and also the inner lining is green, and green is not my favorite color. Why did I get this? I don't know, but it was thrifted. This is pretty much how it looks like, right? And I feel like the lighting right now is making it look even more green than it is, but in real life, it's not as green. It's just, when there's sunlight, it just reflects an ugly green. But it don't matter because I'm gonna use it, and if eventually I want to use another jacket, I can simply just take the buttons off. So there's 3 buttons here. Fuck. There's 4. We're gonna do 3 because there's only 5, and I'm planning to use like a button here and here. So we're gonna do 3. Yeah, we're probably gonna ignore this one. I'm gonna take it out. We're gonna do 3, and then I'm going to remove these because I don't like it. And in that little gap that's in there, I'm going to sew the button. That way it kind of blocks the wherever I cut. So that's the plan. I hope it turns out all right. All right, I'm just gonna do it here just simply because. I'm gonna start by removing these buttons. I have a little like random ass kit that I got from my previous job. So we're going to buttons. Oh yeah, it's gonna look so freaking good. Stop. I think if I do end up really liking this, I might keep buying I might keep buying more buttons and just keep adding them and keep making different styles. My idea with this jacket, at least when I grabbed it, because I don't know, I always have to have like a reason in mind. I just come up with like ideas for things just naturally. Oh god. Haha, haha, I'm a pro. I don't know, it's just every time I think about stories, I don't know if it's some like defect of my brain, but I'm always thinking of of a reasoning. So for example, when I picked up this jacket, I'm like, ooh, Asuka, which is my OC in this world, would probably wear this if she was a teacher at Jujutsu High. And yeah, so I feel that this specific outfit would be for her during that time. And I mean, in an alternate universe, because technically this character died. Whenever the Toji event happened, what was that called? The hidden inventory? Yeah, like she died during that time. So in the story that I wrote following the actual anime manga, she died. But I feel like in an alternate universe, if she was still alive, like she would totally rock this. And I don't know, I kind of want to make just different outfits for her, just because she's very, come on man, I'm trying to, there we go. I don't know, I feel like just imagining her in different scenarios would be very, very cool. Also, I never thought that I would say this, but I'm really looking forward for the weather to get a little bit colder. I feel that we got a tease like a couple of weeks ago, like sometime last month, and now it's just so warm. Like I can't believe that I'm still in shorts. I honestly love this. I've always loved cosplaying, but I've never been the type to like go all out when it came to cosplaying. So just bringing in some elements from anime into my daily life is just so pleasing to me. It makes me happy. I mean, oh, the lighting is not that good. Stop, like this is actually really cool. Alright, so I'm gonna do the same for these two buttons here, and I might leave this one or I might remove it. I have no idea, but probably I'll remove it, that way it's more consistent. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going. Alright, all three of them are done. I'm actually gonna leave this one on, so whenever I buy more of these, I'll just replace this one. So I'll leave this as a placeholder for the next one. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these and probably sew them a tiny bit here, I wonder. Maybe I'll sew them down, that way it holds. And then I'll put the button on top of it. Or maybe the button will hold it. I just don't want them to unravel. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put like a little bit of stitching in these corners. So yeah, I guess just to talk a little bit more about Asuka, because I'm not really planning on putting out her story out there, but like it is a story that I wrote and I printed it off for myself just so that I can, I don't know, I just want to freaking create, you know? So whenever I like get this inspiration to write, I write, and then if I'm happy with it, I print it off in a hard copy for myself. I'm not a fan of reading ebooks. Like recently I've had to for reasons. And it's nice to have a library on your device that doesn't take up too much space. But yeah, anyways, I'm still not a huge fan of reading ebooks. So I went ahead and I printed off my a copy of the little short story that I wrote. I think it ended up being like 17,000 words, which is insane because in my head I was just like, oh, it's just a quick story, you know, it's not gonna be crazy. And then somehow it ended up being 17,000 words, almost 18. But I'm happy with it. And essentially Asuka she is from the Inumaki clan, and so she has the speech technique, the curse speech technique. But the thing is that before she was born, her mother was, let me put this on the inside. Her mother was possessed by a curse spirit, and eventually when the curse spirit left, whenever her mom gave birth to Asuka, like she held some of the curse's powers, so she was kind of born with this like strange curse energy. But because nothing had manifested, they thought that it was okay, up until like when she was like 6 years old. She started like becoming very sensitive to energy in the form of like radio waves and electromagnetic waves. And bet I can actually, haha, I'm so smart. I can actually just keep doing this here. So yes, so when she started listening, or when she started hearing these things, the cursed energy within her, or the cursed spirit within her, activated. And essentially they obviously didn't really know which kind of cursed spirit had possessed the mother, but because Asuka was getting all these overload of like sensory overload, some of the cursed spirit powers manifested. Sorry, it's hard to talk and like concentrate on this. Yeah, some of the cursed spirit powers manifested, and they ended up finding out that it was a vampiric kind of cursed energy. So of course, Jujutsu Society being Jujutsu Society, they were like, oh well, she's gonna have to die, she's gonna be executed. But her parents wanted them to give her a chance. Her dad made her special like headphones so that she could block the any cursed energy traveling through like radio waves. Yeah, so she pretty much was on like a watch list for the longest time. So her parents wanted her to like become like the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer in their clan, kind of like show them off and show that she could not let that her spirit out. And so they trained her over and over, and she didn't really excel in curse speech. Like she was good at it, but she wasn't as good as, like, for example, Toge, her cousin, who literally, like, when he was a baby, it was like, I don't know, he said something and somebody disappeared or something. I can't remember exactly, but she didn't need to hide the fact that she could talk. Like, it's not like it's not like her technique is as powerful as other people. So because she felt that she was lacking, she started training in other ways. So she started training with more physical training. And then she discovered that she was going to be sent to Jujutsu High in Tokyo. And she didn't want it. She was very unhappy with everything. She was very unhappy with the lot that she had cast. She didn't want to be a sorcerer at all. She hated all of that, and she wanted to run away. And her dream was actually to become a singer. So she used her speech for vocals. So instead of like fighting Jujutsu, she would use it to augment her voice. So like in the music that she creates, she does a lot of like the screaming vocals. So when I think of like how she would sing, I pretty much think of Daedric, especially like Raising the Parallel. Like I see, like she is very much that kind of person. Like her personality is totally like very like tomboy, emo, goth, very like not your typical girl in the sense of, oh, I gotta be nice and polite and whatever. Like she will like cuss you out and just like flip you off and just like, you know, like she is very much that type of like wild personality. And so yeah, so she was able to leave her home, but this is when like the actual like story comes in, and she is actually found. So obviously the higher ups of Jujutsu High, they still want to keep an eye on her, so they're gonna give her a second chance to come back to Jujutsu Society high school. So a year later, after she ran away, Gato and Gojo were tasked with like bringing her and kind of just kind of convincing her to become a sorcerer. So whatever, things happen. She's like, fine, whatever, like I guess I'll go, because obviously like I'm gonna always have a target on my back. So she goes, and eventually she is part of the school. So she's the same grade or the same school year as Gato and Gojo. I'm thinking what else. Yeah, so she is a semi-special grade. And the only reason that she's a semi-special grade is because she doesn't know how to control her cursed spirit, because she is a vessel essentially. So because she got so much exposure, the cursed spirit within her awoke. I think that's the correct way to use it. And yeah, but she's obviously been suppressing it, so so she doesn't know how to use it. So technically she is a semi-grade because of that, because she can't control it, she doesn't know how to use it, and she's probably never going to learn how to use it because people are too scared. So fast forward till the second year, where she and the guys, meaning like Suguru and Satoru, they, you know, they're like close and whatever, and they end up going to that mission to find Riko Amanai, right? Yeah. And the whole thing with the star vessel happens. Something happened between like Gojo and Asuka, and like they ended up like fighting. I'm not gonna go into detail on that because it's just, I don't know, it's cringe. It's cringe as fuck, to be honest. And anyways, yeah, so whenever they're about to come back, the whole thing with Toji happens. She is actually like out of the high school when she sees like something's going on. She comes back, Gojo's fucking dead. She's like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Because if somebody killed Gojo, like obviously like I stand no chance. And freaking Toji does this thing. The thing is that she can, because of her training, fuck, I know what I did. Because of her training, she can keep up with Toji, like not to the same level, but like strength wise, like she's pretty like very strong. So she can keep up with that. She can't really keep up with his speed, however. So she's like, well, you know, like there's no way that I'm gonna be able to succeed here, so why not just use my curse spirit? And the name of the curse spirit is called Akasha, and because it is a vampiric spirit, I called her Akasha in honor of Anne Rice's vampire, Akasha, Queen of the Damned, and I sort of kind of gave her that title too. So like she's a very like, Akasha's a very ancient being. Like she didn't start off as a curse. She actually was an egregore essentially. so she was kind of like a fertility deity, if you want to look at it that way. And yeah, so it wasn't because of like the colonization, it was because of the colonization and the fear instilled by like new faiths and stuff, that essentially like those fears turned her into a curse. So she used to be an energetic being, somebody who got, somebody who was worshipped, somebody who was given sacrifices and offerings. And so to be turned into a curse, she kind of just like became kind of in need for that adoration, for that worship, for that sacrifice. So instead she started taking the energies from people, so it turned into a vampiric kind of a situation, kind of curse. And eventually she became to be associated with witches and witchcraft. So like throughout the years, like this being who was built from hopes and dreams was pretty much turned into a cursed spirit, and now she's pretty much like running rampant, just causing chaos and whatnot. I'm out of breath. So yeah, anyway, so she gets killed by Toji, because obviously Toji's OP. Asuka isn't as strong. Akasha has literally been dormant for like 17 years, so she's like hungry as heck, not even at her full power at all. So yeah, so they don't do any, like they simply cannot do anything. The thing is that Toji doesn't execute her for some reason. Yeah, so Akasha pretty much just remained dormant within Asuka. Later on, so obviously Gojo found out, Satoru found out, Suguru found out, and of course this also had an impact on the whole like Riko bullshit thing. And then fast forward again with King Jaku. King Jaku actually revives Asuka kind of as a ploy to get Satoru like weak, like, you know, like weaker, like, oh, like you have both of your like best friends revived, and that's gonna be like a shocker in order for them to seal him in the prison realm. So yeah, so she takes part of that, but part of Asuka is still kind of like there. So she has a lot to play in changing Akasha's way of thinking. And yeah, and that's pretty much how the story goes. Obviously she ends up dying again. It's the whole thing, you know, with the culling games and everything. Plus it goes into manga realm, and I'm not really wanting to spoil anything or talk about it because the culling games are just like so like in any case, that is Akasha for you. But in this alternate universe, she is alive, she is a professor, and she just got a new jacket. So let's try it on. Alright, what do we think? What do we think? Again, I'm gonna replace this one eventually, but hello? Yes? I mean, let's change into something else because I'm still on my PJs, and let's see how it looks with some cool stuff. Alright, I feel like a total daddy, I'm not gonna lie. Also, part of me wonders if I don't have anything red, but I feel like it would go very well with like red stuff. Stop. I feel like this would look very good with something red. I don't know. Because, I mean, her colors are pretty much like red, white, black, gold. My colors. I'm not very I am creative, but I just self-insert a lot. What can I say? But yeah, it actually came out really good. I'm very proud. I'm very proud of myself. And I love the fact that now I'm going to go to work and just wear this and act like I'm not cosplaying. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you later.